Cappy. How is that happiness working out for you? I feel like there's been a bit of a twist of fate for you. It could be good, it could be bad. I'm not sure yet. The song that you got for your reading, as I was setting up, was Ironic by Alanis Morrisette. I actually got another song, Alanis Morissette song this week, Head Over Feet. So there could be something to do with her as a singer. But in that song, I mean, it's a very, very famous song. A lot of people do recognise it and kind of know what it's about. She lists all these kind of terrible things that happen. A traffic jam when you're already late, and no smoking sign on your cigarette break, 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife, and all these other things that she kind of lists that are like, you just feel like you have bad days, things go wrong for you. But the thing is that there's always this kind of twist of fate. There's this master plan, right? Cappy, if things have been going wrong for you lately, if your plans have been going awry, if you feel like nothing's working out for you, the secret is it actually is. The secret is the universe knows best, and the universe, either they're putting obstacles in your path to challenge you, to push you to become a better person, to make you deal with issues, especially like if you've got any like childhood wounding or anything like this, it's kind of like pushing you to address those issues. For others of you, so I'm just thinking about a reading I did off camera that may be applicable, but we'll see if it comes out. For others of you, it's like life is a funny way of working out, right? That's what she says at the end. She says, life is a funny, funny way of helping you out. So it could be that it feels like there's been a twist of fate, either for good or for bad, or even it could feel bad, but it's actually going to benefit you in the long run. So don't worry too much. Don't have too much anxiety, because I can feel that about you, that, you're frustrated. Yeah, it's the reading I did off camera. I had this reading that I did where it's like somebody had some kind of passion project, somebody had something that they were very enthusiastic about. They'd put quite a lot of time and effort into this, and there was some kind of like some kind of restriction or some kind of practical matter that kind of came up that pulled this person off the path that they were on. And they had to it felt like they had to speak to some sort of an advisor. They had to or they had to get more information or do some more learning. It's like they had to go and work on the skills or some kind of practical matter that pulled them away from this kind of this thing that felt more divinely led or purposeful that they were up to. But what was actually happening was that they were learning, they were gaining information, they were gaining skills. So if that's you, don't worry, you are still on the divine path. You are still following the master plan. I'm kind of getting that master plan song with Thom, Yorke, and is it PJ Harvey? Or is it somebody else? I'm not sure, but I'll look it up and I'll put it in the description box down below for you. It's like I've got the master plan. Kill the president. Don't kill the president. Capricorn, don't do that. But maybe you have got some kind of like plan here. So it could definitely be like restrictions in terms of work, or, like family commitments, or some kind of, it feels like some kind of commitment that you've made that you have to fulfill. Right, what I've got for you that popped out in the underline just before we get into your reading, I've got the Watcher, Snow Leopard. So this, along with the High Priest and Official Person, I'm kind of getting, again, this kind of like higher power, this like, it could be the universe, right? The High Priest connects to the higher powers, the master plan. So it's like you're being watched by ancestors, who are on the spirit side, or, God, if you believe in God. It's like you're being watched, like I'm getting, sorry, intuitively just now, your efforts are not going unnoticed. So if you feel like you've been putting effort into something, perhaps you've been trying to be very honorable, trying to do the right thing. Oh, look at that gift as well. Yeah, you could have a gift. Main female, false person, unexpected income. You may have some kind of gift, like intuition, or it feels like a follow-up from the Sagittarius reading, where Sagittarius was kind of almost like the oracle for an Aeneas-like character who had some sort of destiny. This is coming through for me as like you have You have a destiny, you have a gift, you have a purpose. I think you probably know what it is, or you have a sense of the direction you need to go in. But I feel like there's obstacles in your path that are pulling you away from that divine plan. I'm also seeing here protection and lioness under here. And again, it's like this divine, like, it's so funny that Sagittarius's reading was full of dogs and now you're getting all these cats. It's like this divine protection, right? You're being protected. Now, it could be that this is people on Earth. Could be that the universe is acting through them. It could be that, I feel like I'm talking to Capricorn, and Capricorn is normally like such a grounded, sensible energy. So I just feel like you're watching this saying, this girl is like crackpot crazy. She's mental. She's mad. So hi. But this is what's coming through, and I'm going to tell you what I'm getting through. Okay, maybe some of you are quite spiritual. Capricorn is an energy that tends to be quite traditional, so you could definitely believe in God. You could definitely be some part of some kind of church group, religion, or you could just take like these kind of like, the official matters, the boundaries, the rules. You could just take them very seriously. So however it resonates for you, take it. If it doesn't resonate, just leave it. It could be for somebody else, right? It's a general reading, not a personal reading. But I'm getting kind of like, it could also be, if this is something to do with like, if you are part of an organization, or this is like a work thing for you, I feel like there's people above you possibly, or this is, I don't know, it could be you. It could be you, because Capricorn is kind of like, a natural when it comes to kind of like being in positions of power. So it could be that you're actually watching someone else, you're like, the boss or the supervisor, and you're kind of keeping an eye on all the people in your organization, like checking the social media, what kind of people are they? Are they, I don't know, like, are they posting things to the social media that could get the organization in trouble? Or it's like this energy is watching you. So it's like you can't do the things that you want to do because you're aware that there's kind of like these rules and boundaries in place. So take that as it resonates, and please leave it if it doesn't. I'm also seeing in your underlying, let me just bob these back. I will shuffle these in as well, by the way, when we start to pull cards. But I'm also seeing the milk and honey card. So it's like, and deep knowing, right? This is it. This is what I'm saying to you. You know what your purpose is. You know what your destiny is. You know where you want to go. To the sea there as well. It could be that you're traveling, going to the sea, but it's like the obstacles are in your place. So it's like time for a nap right now. It's not time to move just yet. Like the divine plan is still, like the chess pieces are still being set up. The dominoes are still being set up. The dominoes were in Sagittarius's reading. You could be on the cusp perhaps of the two, or you're dealing with a Sagittarius, or I don't know. But this milk and honey card, this is one of my favorite cards, because it's like the milkiness and the sweetness. I'm like Capricorn, you know me that well. I hope you've got your coffee today. I'm a coffee whore. I am. So I like my milky, syrupy coffees, and this kind of evokes that for me. It's a card for me about pleasure. It's about happiness, just enjoying yourself. Like, it always gives me that gorilla. If you've ever seen, there's like a meme of a gorilla in a swimming pool, and they're dancing to "She's a maniac," and this gorilla is having the time of its life. And this elephant gives me that same kind of energy. It's like pure glee, pure enjoyment, pleasure. It's like your happiness. Cappy, cappy, cappy. I want you to be happy. And this card represents whatever that happiness is for you, right? So it is here. It is coming. You know what it is. And I've also got this split here. As I was shuffling, a card flipped. It was the Sun card, and it's facing the Lovers card again. So you have happiness, which is like this milk and honey card. It's like whatever the good times are for you. I'm getting... what is it? Let the good times roll. It's from a musical, I think, is it? I'm hearing it like, let the good times roll. I don't know. I feel like it's out of some kind of musical, but I'll have to look it up at the end of your reading. But this is like happiness. So whatever your happily ever after is, right? Whatever freedom, happiness, expansion, opportunity, good times, this is it. So it is coming. It is here. So it's ironic the way that the universe helps us out sometimes. And, things can come in and feel like it's the end of the world. They're giving me Katy Perry. And Katy Perry, it's not the end of the world, because it's actually, it's a course correction. It's either a hold up to get other people into position, or it's a course correction, or it's designed to provoke you to do some shadow work. It's like you are on the right path, Capricorn. So the Lovers card here talks about, again, you can see the angel bringing these two people together. It's like divine direction. Like, look at the imagery. Look at the imagery on these two cards. So it's like, maybe it's like a fated meeting, a chance event, you know, two people being brought together. It could be lovers. It could just be, you know, two people who work really well together. You know, I'm hearing a match made in heaven. Like, literally, it's like heaven, right? But it's like, it's sort of giving me more Two of Cups energy. So it doesn't have to be like a love connection for you. It could just be sort of like fated meeting, somebody that you're meant to meet, somebody who's kind of joining with you on your journey, on your purpose. All those, I love this version of the card as well, because like, look at all those sunflowers signifying loyalty. I like, it's a really nice sun card. So, and it's almost like that tree that's meant to be on fire. It looks like it's actually blossoming with these kind of yellow blossoms. So it's really like, look at this, Cappy, stop worrying. I feel like I need to say to you, stop worrying. You're being divinely protected, divinely guided here. It's gonna be okay. Everything is how it's supposed to be. Oh, look, it's the Lovers again. Look, I didn't even realize the Lovers is on the bottom of that deck as well. So you're on track. You're on track, Cappy. So try to stop worrying. You know, you're happy. You are on track to your happiness, Cappy, Cappy, Cappy. You're going to be happy whether you like it or not. I'm going to guarantee it, right? And it starts with the coffee. So, I haven't lit you a joss stick yet, so I'm going to do that for you. But what joss stick should I light? What do you need? What do you need, Cappy? What do you need? Let's get you a song. I'm feeling a bit scattered. My Gemini moon is acting up right now. I feel very scatterbrained. That's not Capricorn energy. Capricorn's normally like down to earth, practical. You do know how to have a fun time though, I think. Another song that I got through, I channeled this song for you. It's Holding Back the Years. I don't know who sings it. Holding back the years. But again, it's this feeling of like, I've wasted all those years. You haven't wasted anything. No time has been wasted, Cappy. All the efforts that you've put in are being noticed, whether that's by bosses or like a higher power. It's like you're generating, even if you feel like, you know, why does it always rain on me, that kind of energy. If it's like you're generating good karma. I'm going to do you a positive vibes joss stick, but let's get you your song first, and then I need to really make a note of all the songs that have been coming through for you. A song, please, for Cappy's reading. Cappy for Thursday. Don't Fear the Reaper, Blue Oyster Cult. Make of that what you will. We'll get into it. I'm just going to make a note of your songs so far, like that joss stick, and yeah, and then we'll get into it, Cappy. Okay, I'm getting for some of you that you could literally be dealing with like either like a life or death situation, or like you know, somebody you know, could be dealing with health issues in that way, or you know, even a sudden death, in which case I'm so sorry, Cappy. Feels like something's shook you up. It could also mean that something is just ending, you know, like it's a shock ending, like sort of like the rug being pulled out from under your feet, like like a cycle of your life closing out, something ending, something wrapping up. I'm hearing that's a wrap. I don't know if somebody's dealing with something that's like a because I got musicals, maybe somebody's an actor. It's like, don't fear the reaper, or don't let your fears hold you back. Funny, again, Sagittarius had anxiety in their reading, and it didn't feel like it was them. It felt like it was outside of them. So don't let your fears hold you back. We'll be able to fly. What is it? Baby, take my hand. maybe somebody's got a fear of flying. That's in Don't Fear the Reaper, kind of, and also in Ironic, you know, he was it an old man turned 98, he won the lottery and died the next day. No, what's the other one? He's Mr. Play It Safe was afraid to fly. He packed his suitcase and kissed his kids goodbye. He waited his whole damn life to take that flight. So it could definitely be like a fear of flying for somebody. Okay, let's pull you some cards then. What do we have? What do we have, please, for Cappy for Thursday? What do we have, please, for Cappy for Thursday? What kind of messages would like to come through for Cappy for Thursday? Solitude. Think of being alone as meaning you are all one and in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your quiet times. The greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your quiet times. So this is talking about the people around you respecting your need for solitude, respecting your need to go inwards, to have that quiet time, to do that hermit mode energy of like connecting with source energy. When we're very, very busy, again, I'm getting this kind of scattered feeling. So it may just be that you're feeling a bit all over the place. You've got a lot of demands on your time. You've got a lot of things that need your time and care and attention. You know, you need to take care of the practical matters. But it's really important, again, I say this, I think, quite often for you, that you factor in kind of alone time. You know, whether that's just taking a long hot bath or you know, doing something that is like a passion project for you, whether that's art or some kind of like hobby that you enjoy. For me, it's just going for a walk. Sometimes I just literally have to just get out of the house with my headphones on, go for a walk in the fields or the woods or just around the streets, and just kind of be in my own energy. It's really important to me sometimes to just let go of responsibility for a little while, let go of practical matters and just be in my own energy. And it's kind of restorative, right? It's like mental energy. You can overthink, you can get quite scattered, and it's like you have to get your thoughts in order. You have to have that time to think things through. It's like, how can you make a decision if you've not thought about it? I feel like you could be feeling a little bit pressured possibly to make a decision. So yeah, factor in that solitude as like part of your, you know, your jobs list, that alone time, because it's allowing you to connect with that kind of like source energy and, you know, that inner world of divine guidance from within. But like also like, there's this thing with, think of being alone as being you are all one. It's like, I hate when people say like your other half, or you know, your you know, finding your other half, finding your soulmate, in terms of like you're not a complete person until you get that other person. We all are, we're all we're all full people, we're all, you know, yin and yang. It's just, you know, it's great if you can find a counterpart. It's great if you can find someone to kind of like, you know, share that destiny with you. But if you are alone, then that doesn't make you half a person. You're still a full person, right? There's also this thing about rethinking. So some people may be like, oh, I'm all alone, I'm so lonely, where actually there's perks to it. You know, you don't have to, you know, factor in other people into your decision making. You can do what you want to do when you want to do it. You don't have to worry about, you know, fighting over the TV remote or you know, and these things as well, they can be like good things, but you can, again, with that ironic, I feel like you could have a bit of a negative mindset at the moment, where you're seeing all the things that are going wrong. You're seeing all the things around you at the moment as negatives, but they're not negatives. This is kind of what was coming through. It's like life has a funny way of helping you out, and sometimes when you're in a situation, it can feel very hard and it can feel very negative, but you know, a few years can pass by and you can look back and think, I can it's difficult, because it's like you can be like, I see why that happened now. I'm actually in a better place now than I was before, or I can see now the lessons that taught me. I can see that taught me to be a stronger person. So I feel like something's upset your plans a bit, but it's actually, in the long term, it's going to be part of the divine plan, right? And that's not to say, you know, you were meant to lose someone, you know, it's that's not helpful, right, when you're feeling the pain. I'm just saying that there could be aspects of your life that you can rethink, and you could also have this trust and faith in the master plan, right? Journey. It's time it's time to prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. I swear, Sagittarius had the same thing. And I was saying it's like afraid to fly, right? Sorry, what's that song? I'm looking to the sky to save me. I'm looking for the pilot light. What did they say? Looking for someone to help me ease my mind. Is it Afraid to Fly? Something to Fly, isn't it? By Foo Fighters. It's the song that played when I was applying for my passport, and I found it so funny. It was like the universe was saying, yay, apply for your passport, and then they threw code. This is exactly what I'm talking about, right? I was like, I've got so many plans. I'm going to get my passport. I'm going to travel. I'm going to do the things I want to do. I'm ready to travel. And then it was like, I applied for my passport, and it's like, it was almost like the divine was supporting me. They were like, yes, get your passport. They played that song for me. I remember, and I went to one of the little photo booths and got my photos, and it didn't charge me. And I was like, okay. And it just, like, the passport process was so easy. I got it in right before Mercury retrograde. And then Mercury retrograde hit, and I applied for the passports for my family, and they took forever. COVID hit, Mercury retrograde, took ages for my family's passports to come. So it really felt like the universe were trying to get me my passport like quickly before COVID, and then COVID hit, and it was like, oh, I can't actually do anything that I was planning to do, and I've wasted a year's worth of passport money. Like, but it's like the difference in me that a year has made. Like, I am in such a better place now than I was a year ago. And it's like, I don't know, it's like, just trust. The universe knows what's best for you. The universe knows what you need and when you need it. And sometimes it doesn't make sense until later on, and then you look back and you're like, that makes sense now. So pack your passport. Have you got your passports? Have you got your tickets? Have you got your passport? Have you got your shots? Yeah. Go outside. Sag had that. Yeah, you may be getting like a surprise journey. Again, you could be like, it could be like a business thing, like we need you, this thing fell through, can you travel? And you're like, whoa, okay, yes, I've always wanted to go to that place. You know, something like that. It's like, you know, a problem that actually turns out to be in your benefit. Okay, what else do we have, please? What else do we have for Cappy for Thursday? Cappy for Thursday. Orca, songlines. Look at that. Again, it's this kind of like reverse thinking. What's up is down, what's down is up. Sky whales. It kind of gives me that Doctor Who episode that I talk about from time to time with the beast below. It's called with the star whale. Honeybee. Again, Sagittarius got this. Okay, this could be something to do with like a role in the community, a role that you need to play in a community, reciprocity as well. So like equal give and take, working together as a team. Oh, what's going on today? Right, let's have a look. So what is Orca? Let's just pull it down a minute. And then that, yeah, leadership. Look, with elephant there. You could be in some sort of leadership position. You could be offered. It could be like you know, say your boss was meant to go and do a business meeting. They were meant to go, they were meant to get the contracts, but they got I don't know, they broke the leg skiing, and they're like, oh, I can't go. And it's like, look, Cappy, you've got the skills to do this. Go, take the lead, go and, you know, get this contract. And you're like, oh, wait, what? It feels like that kind of thing. Again, it's like that watcher energy. It's like, you've got the skills to do this. You know, they've not, it's not that what your contribution's gone unnoticed. It has been noticed. It's just that there's kind of like this divine timing in play. You are walking in the bloodlines of your ancestors. Oh my God, it's so tied to that Sagittarius reading. But you are an individual who makes your own destiny. You are an individual who makes your own destiny. Seek better communication with family, nourish yourself, and exercise extreme self-care. It's extreme self-care, right? Capricorn, if you're going to do it extreme. Do the whole thing, right? Don't just have a hot bath, go on the whole spa day. Share your skills with others. In Inuit mythos, Sedna was a beautiful maiden who refused marriages arranged by her father, instead preferring to commune with nature. Her father had enough of this disobedience and married her off to the very next hunter who came along, a man who offered much fish to the family. Knowing his daughter would resist, Sedna's father gave her a sleeping potion to drink, and she awoke far from her home in the company of her new husband. The trouble was, this man was not a man at all, but a great petrel spirit bird that had disguised his true form. Sedna found herself sitting in a giant nest, surrounded by thousands of screeching birds with no way home. She cried out so loudly in fear and anger that her father heard her. He sailed his canoe over to the vast icy sea to rescue her from the nest. Sedna and her father were pecked by angry birds, and as they began to paddle away, the spirit bird whipped up a fierce storm and threatened to capsize their small vessel. In his fear, Sedna's father pushed her overboard, hoping this would placate the bird husband. Well, he seems like a great dad, doesn't he? And save his own life. Sedna managed to grasp the side of the canoe to stop herself sinking, but in his panic, her father cut off her fingers, and she sank to the underworld of the ocean. There she grew a fish's tail and became the mistress of all. Ew. Her cut fingers transformed into the beautiful sea mammals such as seals and whales, which are integral to the survival of the Inuit. Her guardians, the orcas, were her messengers and told of her to others. That's a horrible story. I wish I'd not read that. That was a yucky story. I didn't like that at all. I think I have read it before as well and clearly blocked it from my brain. Orca magic can be raised by singing your own song by the sea. This is a feminine magic that can be used to help heal breaches in family relationships. Orca magic is also one that asks for self-care and nourishment. If you are feeling weak in your physical body or mind, especially with issues of vitality or endurance, the power of the orca can be called upon as an ally. Okay. Right, let's read the Honeybee, and hopefully this is a nicer story. I really love the imagery of this card. 6. He looks kind, right? He looks gentle. With all those bees over him, he looks so sort of still and at peace with nature. And yeah, Capricorn energy, doing your gardening, being very gentle, being very patient. We must give and take, and if we make a mistake, we must make amends. The earth revolves around reciprocity to remain balanced and to grow, and as humans are a part of the earth, so this applies to them as well. Learn to work happily with others. It is important to learn to communicate effectively, as there may be a breakdown in communication. That's what I had. In that reading that I did off camera. It was someone was learning communication skills. So it could be that somebody's going to do learning online communications or studying communications. That's kind of what was coming through. I kept on seeing the King of Swords, who was this advisor energy. So when Aristeus was born, Apollo gave him to the god Hermes for education, and what an education it was. The boy got to learn from all the great gods and goddesses he was related to, one of whom, again, this kind of this thing about learning from the gods and goddesses, or being parented by the gods and goddesses, was coming through in Sagittarius reading. So I'm definitely seeing that connection. Also, just to say, you've got the milk and honey card here in the that showed itself in the pre-shuffle, and you've got the honeybee. You're in the process, right? If this is the happiness, right, this is your happiness, you are currently working with the energies that can bring you your happiness. The honey represents the happiness and the bees make the honey. So you are on the right path, right? You are working with others to bring this happiness about. What's that one again? Songlines. There's this thing about like ancestry as well, learning from the people who went before. Cappy, please. Cappy, Cappy, Cappy for Thursday. Cappy for Thursday. Thank you. Atoms, yeah, building, like building the future. Building blocks of the future. West, completion. So there's something that you are completing, something that's coming to an end, something that's closing out. You've got, it feels like you've got the last puzzle piece of the plan, right? The last piece of the puzzle. It's like the plan is coming together. There's going to be completion there. And then south, adventure. Southwest, you could be traveling southwest or coming from the southwest. Yeah, adventure. It's like you complete. It feels like the world card into the fool card. The world card is the last card of the major arcana, and the fool card is the first card of the major arcana. So I'm tripping over my words a lot again with this thing with like learning communications. Could be learning a new language or something. So it feels like you are closing out something. You're completing one cycle, and you're going to start something new. So it could be like a new job, a new role in the workplace, a leadership position. It could be like you are doing something where you're leaving one set of circumstances to go into education. Yeah, maybe. But it feels like the building blocks of the future. Again, I was getting this kind of like teacher energy in Sagittarius's reading. It's like you're creating you're taking what's gone before. Sagittarius had this whole like Aeneas motif where he carries his father on his back and it leaves his son by his hand, and it's like you're taking you're working with your ancestry, you're working with your culture, your traditions, the environment, the rules, the what has been given to you, right? What has been passed down to you? What have you inherited in terms of like what tools are at your disposal? What I've just got something, I'll come back to it in a minute. But you're taking it forward with like, it could be like innovative technology, communication skills that you've learned. It's like you're taking something that's old and traditional and turning it into something new and modern. It's very much like that Capricorn into Aquarius energy. I'm kind of getting stuff that used to come through for you a lot, kind of several readings back, kind of coming up for you. I had this thing that was like, the way it was coming through for me was like, it was like somebody was inheriting a family business. It was like somebody was inheriting like a vineyard, right? And it's like this vineyard had been like, it was like very traditional, very old fashioned, very set in its ways. It was like a piece of history. Like there was a lot of culture and emotion around that because it was so traditional and like meaningful. But it's like that business was going to fail if it didn't embrace like new technology and like the new opportunities that were available. So it's like this person came from a background where they had those communication skills and they were taking kind of like the family business forward, but they were using things like TikTok and social media and the kind of the new modern kind of technology, especially with COVID, right? There's kind of been a bit of a leap in technology, which is all due to, a lot of planets being in Aquarius right now. So there's like technological leaps forward. And it's like this person was taking this family business and using all this like technological communication, social media know-how to really take that very traditional family business into a new phase of development. So it could definitely be something like that for you. It's like you're working with the past, but you're building the future, right? You're making sure, because if we don't innovate, those very again with this kind of high priest card, it's like those traditions, those values, those core There's very lovable things from the past, right? Very valuable things from the past that have been passed down to us. They're going to die out if people don't innovate. You know, that business is going to fail, and then who's going to remember it in 100 years' time? But if you innovate, if you keep up with technology, if you keep in mainstream media, then it's going to keep those traditional values alive, just in a new form. So there's something like that going on for you. I'm so glad I got it, because I wasn't quite sure what was coming through in that reading that I did kind of like off camera. That feels like that's what this is for you. So what else, please? There we go. What else, please, for Cappy? What else, please, for Cappy for Thursday? A leg up, yeah. And the fates, yeah. And oh, Cappy! Look, there you go. Happy. My Cappy's a happy. That's what I want to see. Perfect card for you. So this is what I'm saying. There is happiness coming for you. There is happiness surrounding you. You just maybe so focused on the master plan, right? It feels like very, very focused and a little bit scattered. It's like you have to regather your energy, like rethink. It's like you constantly have to do this. This is like an ongoing process for you, it feels. It's like you're going forward with the plan, but you have to kind of keep pausing, reassessing, making sure the plan still works, tweaking the plan. I'm getting that kind of like, I don't know if you've got an earth sign placement, like it doesn't feel as stubborn as Taurus, or like Virgo Mars sign, sorry, like a Virgo or Capricorn Mars placement. It's like, or even Aquarius. It's like you're going in, you're doing it, reassessing, moving the goalposts a little bit. It's like moving forward with flexibility. It's good. It's really good. But you have to make the time to do it, right? Because if you keep pushing forward, it's like you could take a wrong turn. It feels like a delicate, like constant reassessing. But the fates are on your side. You are being divinely guided. If you thought you were being divinely guided in this, if you thought that this was like your destiny, it is, right? It is confirmation. You're being guided towards your happiness. And like, I feel like the happiness of like, because say you did own a vineyard, right? Or a honeybee farm, I don't know. It's like you've got the responsibility as well to all the employees. You want to keep those people employed. I come from a family with a business background, and I know that they had the similar kind of things. Like they cared about the workers, right? They wanted to keep the workers employed. You know, bringing the money back in to the local community. Yeah, because it's like, say, you know, like you can talk about the coal mines in the north of England, because everybody in these mining towns was, you know, so many people were employed by the mining company that when they were closed down, it's like the whole towns of people were suddenly unemployed. They suddenly lost, you know, they had no money, and it was very detrimental. So it's like business is important to the community. You know, keeping the money moving is important. Something to that. The fates, right? And a leg up. So it could be that you're giving, again with this Aeneas energy, it feels like you're Aeneas, right? You've got the responsibility of, like, you know, Aeneas carried his father out of Rome and led his son by the hand, but now it's time to carry those who are, now it's time to carry the next generation. Now it's time to give the next generation a leg up. You know, if you've got to a position where you've got the skills, you've got the knowledge, you've got the skills, it's like now you're paying it forward, right? Now you're paying it forward to the next generation of employees. It could be that you are like in some sort of mentor role, you know, like a teacher, or, you know, like you're taking on apprentices, or it's just literally like you're some kind of like guardian to kids. It's like you're helping them. Polar bears, I've heard, are associated with business people. I see polar bear energy as people who persevere. You know, they've got the stamina. They're built for the cold, right? They're built for the difficult, treacherous terrain. They can do what the other animals can't do. You know, they're hardy, they're strong, you know, and they bear with it, if you like. It's Pisces energy for me as well. The polar bears are Pisces energy. So it makes you happy. I feel like it makes you happy to do this. It makes you happy to know that, because Capricorn energy very much is about like doing the groundwork and getting those like procedures in place, you know, so you want things to be like long term and beneficial for people around you. So it's like it makes you happy to do this. It's not a selfish act. It's not like I want to be the boss. I want to be the rich businessman. It's not like that at all. It's like you know, he, she, they, however you know, however you represent. Um, it's like you. I think it's just because there's a man on this card, right? You are doing it for the greater good. You're doing it with a huge sense of responsibility. You know, I'm really getting this like, you know, his father on his back kind of thing, or is the child on the back. It's like you're carrying these burdens, you're carrying these responsibilities because you're trying to make like society or your community, the people, you know, you want things to be better, you want things to be stable, right? You want things to be secure, stable. You want people to understand the rules. You want people to know the plan. You want to, you know, put things in place so that people can follow in your footsteps. So it's really nice energy. And it makes you happy. This is the thing that makes you happy. It makes you feel like you've got a sense of purpose. It makes you feel valuable. It's rewarding to you to see the people who follow in your footsteps starting to succeed. I don't know what that bloody Yorke's doing though. Could be that you had a difficult father. I don't know. Maybe a father who puts a lot of responsibility onto you, you know. Perhaps you feel like, again, with those classical references, you know, the curse of Sonorum, maybe you feel like, you know, the weight of family expectations on you to live up to the expectations or the achievements of the people who came before. Can I get another card for Cappy, please? Cappy, Cappy, Cappy. Rest and rejuvenation. Again, with the solitude and the rest and rejuvenation, the spa day, right? You need to take that time out. You need to, because this is like, can you see all the energy? Like, I'm just going to kind of show you these three cards. So you can see here the energy. Oh, I'm sorry, just bumping that around there. You can see here the energy, the energy being restored here, or it could even be like your spiritual connection. Again, like it could be like your meditation. You need to take time to meditate. It's going to allow that connection to be made. This is kind of how I feel, how I visualize my connection when I'm opening up at the beginning of the readings. And again here, the resting, again, this kind of gives me hermit energy. The imagery of this, it's like Gandalf or something, right? It's like you've got the vision of this new world. You've got the vision of, it could be something with the internet, right? Or innovation, like Aquarian energy. You've got the master plan, right? But it comes to you when you are properly rested, when you feel well nourished, when you take care of your health, when you feel well rested and you've had that alone time to think. You know, you could have a lot of people around you, like kids or family members. You know, there could be a lot of noise around you. You need that quiet time, because that's when it re-energizes you and it refocuses you. Daughter value there as well, and the thinking man, yeah. Right. Is that what came out for you? Did I shuffle? Oh, and look, yeah, crown chakra. This is what I'm saying to you. This is how I do the intuitive stuff. It's like I sit there, I kind of meditate, I visualize this connection, this energetic connection. It comes in, I feel my crown chakra opening up, and this is how I get the divine plan, you know. Again, with the kind of like stars coming down into a head there. So yeah, you need to rest. You need to have that solitude, right? Make that a priority. Make it kind of like part of your, you know, put it on your jobs list. Put it on your jobs list, like quiet time, alone time. You know, Cappy's going for a walk in the woods. You know, a walk in the woods is great as well, because it not only allows you to have that, you know, to be in your own energy, but it also gets the exercise in. You know, so yeah, whatever you need, whatever you feel like you need, make sure you get it. I think I'm going to have to upload what I've got so far, otherwise I'm going to run out of time. So I'm just going to do that and I'll be back with you in a second. All right, Cappy, so I've uploaded what we've got so far. I guess we're going to keep on going. I feel like I want to use this deck first. So this is the Vice Versa Tarot. What else for Cappy, please? What else for Cappy? So I'm hearing balancing act. I do get this sense of like there's the Queen of Wands there. So I'm hearing fine line as well, I think, especially with this between worlds and like then by the book, if all the glitters as well. It feels like, you know, I was sort of saying like you have that kind of constant reassessment, right? The constant reevaluation, the constant, it's like taking a couple of steps forward. It feels like you're kind of spinning a lot of plates. You're kind of doing a lot of things, or you're dealing with some kind of transition where it feels like you're taking something. It could be like, you know, taking a business and transferring all the stuff online, right? All the paperwork, putting it online. It feels like you're in charge of something, or you've got some kind of project or plan. It kind of feels like some sort of responsibility. You're trying to do everything by the book. You're trying to do everything right, right? You're following, again, with this sense of like the three. Like you're following what's come before, right? So like grandfather, father, son kind of thing, or grandmother, mother, daughter, however it kind of plays out to you. I'm just kind of getting that Aeneas energy, and it's like there's this fine line, right? You want to keep the balance. You're kind of juggling both sides at the moment as you transition from one phase to the next. So you need to complete the first phase before the second stage can really get started. But it feels like they're both running at the same time, right? There's this kind of like parallel thing that I'm sort of seeing where it's like because it's not just like, right, finish this, boom, done, right, start this. It feels more like there's this transition period that you're kind of navigating as you move forward. So you are juggling. You're kind of spreading yourself between the two energies, the two roles. You want it to go smoothly. Whatever this is, you really want it to go smoothly. You want to do it by the book. You want to do it properly. You want to it feels like you're trying to take your time with it, but there's some kind of like, there's some kind of urgency coming in, because I'm getting that you kind of feel guilty when you take the time to relax, or you maybe don't feel guilty. I think you know how important it is, but maybe it's like you then have to then explain to the other people like, this is why we had that downtime, this is why, you know, I had to draw back, this is why I had to slow things down here, you know, this is why I can't rush this. I'm going back to this card again though. It's like the greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your quiet times. So I think you do have people who know, right? You have people who support you. You have people who are patient. You have people who realize, you know, you've got your hands full here. You know, you've got the people, and I think this is the, you know, this is the I'm sorry, I've just uploaded Sagittarius's reading, and they had you know, as I was kind of getting the stuff off my phone, I've kind of like finished off uploading Sagittarius's reading, and they had Green Day, make the best of this test and don't ask why, right? It's like, maybe you've got the people around you who, like, you know, you can rely on. You can say, look, can you go and do this? And like, they're like, right, yeah, Cappy, got it. They're trusting you, and you're going and doing it, and you're not questioning it, right? Or they're not questioning it. It's like, I've got this energy of like, I don't know if this is you or people around you, but I've got this energy of like, I'll do what you ask of me. Like, I trust your judgment. I'll do what you ask of me. Like, it's supportive. You can see it's almost like this person's playing this supportive role. Let's go to this one next. So tell me more. What else for Cappy, please? Can we get some guidance? Oh yeah, the happiness. You're doing it right, Cappy. You are moving towards happiness. You keep getting this, right? Milk and honey, happiness, happy, 10 of cups. It's really good, right? And as well, it's got this sense of like, you know, the children who come after, the parents watching the children, and like, as the, again, there's this feeling of like, as the parents fade out of the picture, the children come into view. So again, this thing with like ancestry, or like passing on skills, or, excuse me, creating a secure foundation for the future. So, but this is happiness. This makes you happy. Start, yeah, healing things. You could be healing family issues, healing it could be, again, with this kind of reassessing energy. It's like it could be healing family wounds, right? Or inherited family behaviors. But I'm more getting, because of the way that it follows, like 10 of Cups into the Star. I mean, this is wishes coming true. These two cards together, this is the happily ever after. This is wish upon a star. You know, here it is in your lap. You know, the fairy tale ending, like literally is what these cards would represent to me. Again, with the Aquarian energy. What I'm also kind of getting though with this kind of healing family issues, it's like it's not healing. Healing isn't the right word, and issues isn't the right word. It's more like reassessing, like transforming the things that are falling away into the new is how it's coming through. But this is good. This is like hope, wish fulfillment, stars aligning, healing with the rainbow. And look at all the imagery, right? We've got this repeated imagery of like the rainbows and the stars. Rainbows and stars, look. Like the milk and honey card had a rainbow on it as well. Okay. There you go. 10 of Pentacles. This came out again in Sagittarius's reading. So you've got the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, what? Before I say what I'm getting, what's this card? Temperance in reverse. Is it meant to be in reverse, please? No, I didn't think so. Again with the rainbow. And I was thinking Temperance with this card. You can see like, can you see all the juggling, right? The two. So there's water in both of the Star and the Temperance card. This is practical matters, right? Tangible things, money, finances, household, bills, all those kind of things. This is emotions. Specifically on the Temperance card, we have fire and water, and the Star card is earth and water. So again, with the healing energy of the rainbow and the wishes, right? Somewhere over the rainbow kind of thing. It's like alchemy. This is what I was getting. It's transmutating, metamorphosizing. This is alchemy. Like it's the morphing of two things into one. So if you felt like patience as well here with this, patience is the key. Moving slowly, reassessing, laying the firm foundations, doing it by the book. This is the way. I feel like the Mandalorian. This is the way, Cappy, because you're taking the two energies and mixing it into something new. If you felt like you had to pick between happiness, emotional happiness, or like financial wealth, or if you felt like you had to pick through things that make you emotionally happy and then the things that are tangibly the right things to do, you don't have to pick. You can have both. You're creating a new card, right? It's not the 10 of Cups or the 10 of Pentacles, it's both. This is like happy, like I can't believe, Cappy, like, no wonder it says happy twice on this card, right? This is happy, 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 happy. You're getting everything you could ever want. I always say like Capricorn is, of all the signs in the tarot, Capricorn is the one that is most likely to marry for practical reasons, marry for wealth, marry for prestige, marry for, like, respect. I don't know. This is much more like fairy tale. This is like more like Pisces, Libra for me. Like the fairy tale ending. It's like Capricorn will sacrifice their own happiness for doing things the right way, and you have that by the book. But this is like you can have both. It is possible, but no one's ever done it before. Perhaps you come from a family where it's like it's always been a choice. Like your parents may have chose the traditional way, where somebody else in your family may have married for love, but like they've not had the money. This is like you can have both. Happy, happy. You've got the golden chalice, like, if you like, right? You've got the golden chalice, Capricorn. But the trick is to go slowly and steadily. Justice. Yeah, do things by the book. Do things the right way. Do things by the law, you know, literally by the book, do it the lawfully way, do it the way that the contracts say, do it, use the legal system. Very, very balanced, very fair, right? Balance, 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 balance as you transition. Okay. I'm really curious. I'm like, give me your skills. Let me be the little mini polar bear. I want you to teach me these skills, Capricorn. How do you get both? I've always chose happiness, right? I've always been like, money, pah. Money doesn't make me happy. Money's a tool to give you happy experiences. You know, you have to pay for a holiday, you know, but you can have money and not be happy. So given the choice, I opt for this. But you know, you also want to feel secure. You want to feel stable, especially for your children, right? You want your children to have the firm foundations. You want them to feel like they're protected, that they're stable, that they have that sense of traditional values. You know, that they're a part of a culture. This is both. Cappy. Yeah, working together. It can be drawn together. This is the thing. It can be like woven together. The Three of Pentacles, though, is literally a card about working together as part of a team. You've got this reciprocity, right? It's an involvement with others. And again, this thing maybe about bringing skills together. You know, you've got probably the sensible skills. You know, depending on your full birth chart, there's definitely some wacky cappies out there. But this is bringing different skill sets together to create something new, right? Or to create something with a shared vision. Nine of Cups, happiness. But this is happiness on your own. This is happiness with other people. It's like, do you want to be... Maybe you've got a choice to make, right? There's something to do with like... the Nine of Cups is like inner happiness, being happy from within. You had that card that was like... What did it say? Think of being alone as meaning you are all one. You are, right? You've got it going on, Cappy. You're good on your own. You've got the money, you've got the happiness. You know, you're quite happy in your own solitude. I had a reading like this a bit, I think, for Scorpio a while back. It's like you can do it on your own. It's not like you don't want to be codependent, right? Look, there's the star again there. But there's this like overthinking. Don't overthink. Ace of Pentacles into the Tower. Don't overthink. Don't be too concerned about the things that don't work out. Look, the universe is going to wrap something up for you. The universe is going to complete something for you. And you've got the tools. There you go. Look at that. I told you I've seen that. Look, the World into the Fool, right? And then the Ten of Cups. Look at this. Strength. Queen of Wands again. Like I feel like you're very anxious because... Look at this. It's like a roller coaster. This is the thing. It is like a roller coaster. You're trying to navigate this like this situation where it's like it's almost like one false move and the whole plan could be blown, right? But it's like almost like if the plan gets blown, trust it because it's blowing up. It's blowing up. It's the Ace of Pentacles into the Page of Pentacles. It's like it's growing. It's getting bigger. But you're anxious. Could be anxious about the involvement of others, but look at this then, because you wrap it up. The first thing, the old cycle is going to close, right? It could take a Tower moment to do it, you know, almost like to push you, because it's like Capricorn's not jumping. Capricorn's being a bit so slow, so we're going to give him a shove, right? And then you're going to be like, oh my God, it's all going to go wrong, but it doesn't, right? It doesn't go wrong. It actually gives you the power you need to take the leap of faith into the situation where you're happy with other people. You have that community, you have that reciprocity, you have that, it's like the final push or the final leap of faith. It's like you're navigating so slowly that of course there's divine timing, right? It's not just you, there's like maybe like a portal of like a specific time period where, you know, it's the right time for everybody. And Capricorn, you're just holding on to those last few threads, like, let me just finish this, let me just finish weaving this together. And it's like Penelope, right? Odysseus and Penelope. It's like, no, like, we're doing it now. And it may be that there's a few rough edges, right? It may be, maybe you're a bit of a perfectionist. It may be that there's a few loose ends that still need tying up. It may be that you have to leave something that's not perfect, but it's okay, right? It's okay because you are actually, the new cycle's going to be good. but there's this involvement of others. You're not going to be on your own. There's this. It's not that you're going to be codependent or anything like that. It's not that anyone's coming for you to take away any of your responsibility. It's shared, and it's really good. So what else for Cappy, please? Wheel of Fortune, see? Good fortune coming in after a period of you clearly working very hard at something. That's the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Cups, though. Is this meant to be reversed? Which way, please? It's looking like it's in the upright. It could go either way for you. It could go either way, right? This vision of the future. Ultimately, it's in your hands, right? Ultimately, the choice is yours, but you have got this Ace of Cups. There is new emotions coming in here, because I feel like there's other people joining you, right? You're not going to be alone anymore. Whether it's you've been working alone, living alone, alone in your ideas. Other people are getting on board here. Again, with that Sagittarius, it was like, Sagittarius, are you going to jump on board the hype train? And this was Sagittarius. They had the view, they had the master plan. Is Sagittarius on board the hype train? Maybe this is what it is. You've got all this new love to share, this new happy future to share. Like, you're driving the hype train. You're like, come on, everybody, get on board. Is Sagittarius going to come on board? It's funny because you keep on having that Queen of Wands energy. Like, look at the red dress. Tower moment. Is Sagittarius on board, or will Sagittarius be excluded from this? Whoever that energy is. I think there's an unknown. Now this is talking to me about Sagittarius again now. The person with the knowledge, the person with the plan. Occupation, yeah, it feels like work with the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. It's like job, what you do for a living. Change, yeah, change, look, change of job, change of the way you do your work. Change of house, and an occupation, it's like the place you occupy, but this talks to me more about work. What else then for Cappy, please? Oh, the whip. And the anchor. Yeah, the anchor talks to me about raising or lowering the anchor, right? There is some sort of change. Again, it could be like a workplace that's changing either the way they do business or literally the location. It could be a location change. Movement, dropping anchor, raising anchor. And then the whip. The whip talks to me about, the people driving things forward. It can be, it can be like cracking the whip, slave drivers, and you're like, I need to rest. I just need a minute. And they're like, no, get it done. Or it can talk about, self-flagellation as well. You beating yourself up over the loose endings. You beating yourself up over the things that weren't perfect. It also talks to me about, like sometimes, the powers that are above you kind of being a little bit authoritarian. But it is 11. 11 is a very positive number. It's about coming together. There is this kind of coming together feeling that I'm getting, the balancing of the two, coming together, working together to create something new. Cracking the whip, family room, and child. Could have a very, again, this energy of like you could have some sort of parent or parental figures. This could represent your upbringing. You were a child in the family room. The family talks about the home, right? It's like you were given an ultimatum. I don't know why I said that. That was not what I was going to say, and it just came out. You could have been given an ultimatum, or given someone an ultimatum. You could have had a father who's quite a disciplinarian. I hope that you're not too much of a disciplinarian. It's good to have rules, but you don't want your children to hate you, right? You want to develop their personality. Maybe this is why Sagittarius is getting involved, because Sagittarius was very much about seeing the individual talents and skills of people and investing in that and promoting in that, and not beating them up for the things that they couldn't do. So look for the best in people. And again, this could represent like, apprentices, the people that you're nurturing. So don't be too authoritarian. Don't crack the whip, crack away. That came through in Sagittarius's reading. Don't crack the whip too hard. Be understanding. I think you normally are, Capricorn, to be honest. I think you are quite nurturing. Um, it could be representing somebody around you who's a bit of a controlling parent. Cappy, Cappy. I hope that you are happy. It looks like you're going to be happy. All those rainbows and stars, right? Wish fulfillment coming in there. Dreams coming true. Like, brilliant. Very happy for you. I'm just pulling up Spotify to see. Yeah, so don't fear the tower moment. Don't fear the endings, because it's it's like the ironic song again. It's again, look, agents of fortune. It's like things that you perhaps were unpredictable, things that didn't go according to plan, but ultimately they work out right. So try not to stress. Do the meditation. Stay calm. Stay balanced. It's gonna work out right. The transition is gonna happen one way or another, and either way, you're gonna go into something that's much better. Cappy, the people who are resonating with this reading, the people who are going, yep. What do you need to hear right now? Elastic Heart by Sia. That's Libran energy for me. I have an elastic heart. Libra's the diamond heart, but again, it's kind of like this feeling of like a heart that can be stretched, but a flexible heart. I may just listen to that for a second. I'm just seeing, look here, 44 and 1221 on the timestamp there. So watch out for number patterns, repeating numbers, synchronistic numbers, mirror numbers. It could be that you kind of, you've got this yin yang energy going on with somebody there with the mirror numbers. And fours are about foundations. Again, the solid foundations. Definitely getting this Sagittarius Cappy crossover. So I don't know if somebody's on the cusp there or you're dealing with the Sag, but it could all be to do with the way that you take action, because it feels like this action, there's things being enacted here, right? I'll be back in a second. Right, I love this song. If you haven't seen the video, definitely go and watch that. Beautifully choreographed video of the girl and the man trapped in the cage. Please do go and watch that if you haven't seen it already. Elastic Heart by Sia. All the songs will be in the description box down below for you, and just see what you get from that. Who are you in that scenario? I don't know who the Elastic Heart is, to be honest. Libra's the diamond heart for me. Cappy, a while back you came through as like the jellyfish heart. It was like it was somebody showed this, I think it was like a jellyfish or something. It was on social media. It was like somebody made this kind of like nasty joke saying like, this is like what Capricorns are like. And it was like this almost like dead looking white like heart kind of thing. And somebody said, yeah, but you should see the light show when that thing lights up, or you should see the light show when that thing fires up. And it made me think of like, jellyfish, like, the wonderful like bright like colors that they can emit underwater, or octopuses, and this is kind of why the octopus is Capricorn energy for me now. It's kind of like one of those things that always kind of stuck with me. So it's like you can be very cold, right? You can be very, if people hurt you, if people you judge people to not be worthy of your love and affection, you can absolutely like shut down in a very similar way to Libra, right? Libra can go cold and can turn into the ice queen, but it's like you can, when those lights shine, it's a laser show. It's Blackpool illuminations. Elastic Heart, is that you or is that somebody else? And another one bites the dust. Oh, why can I not conquer love? And I might have thought we were one. Wanted to fight this war without weapons. And I wanted it bad. But there were so many red flags. And now another one bites the dust. Yeah, let's be clear. I'll trust no one. Do you have trust issues, Cappy? You did not break me. I'm still fighting for peace. I've got thick skin and an elastic heart. But your blade, it might be too sharp. I'm like a rubber band until you pull too hard. I may snap. And I move fast, but you won't see me fall apart because I've got an elastic heart. And I will stay up through the nights, let's be clear, I won't close my eyes. And I know that I can survive. I'll walk through fire to save my life. It feels like trust issues, right? Abandonment issues or something like maybe somebody who's been hurt in love. They've got those defense systems. They see the red flags and they snap. They see the red flags and they flee, when actually maybe they have a bit of trouble opening up and trusting. You know, like driving people away before they can hurt you. Possibly for some of you, not all of you. Go and watch the video, listen to the song and see what you get from it. You know, whatever you get from it, whatever that provokes in you, that's what you're meant to be feeling. That's the universe communicating with you at this time. Why do you feel that way? Why is that bringing that out of you? Again, this thing about fear. I think you fear the change, right? You fear the transition. You fear things falling apart. But the universe is on your side. You've got like the Wheel of Fortune and stuff here. It's endings and new beginnings, you know? You don't want to stagnate. You want to transform and innovate. So for the people who are resonating with all this, what's the advice, please? The best advice you can give Cappy at this point when they see this reading. Oh, True Love Waits by Radiohead. True Love Waits in Haunted Attics. I love that song. I'll drown my beliefs to have you, baby. Just don't leave. Oh God, I'm gonna cry. Right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna listen to that song and cry. Upload your reading, and when it hits you on Thursday, I hope that it's helpful to you. It's funny that I did my rainbow nails today, and you've got all these rainbows in your reading. Happiness is coming your way, Cappy. Just have faith and don't think yourself out of beautiful things. You know, don't fear the endings, because endings are just new beginnings, right? Changes are just new opportunities. So trust and keep balanced. You've got this. You've absolutely got this. Happy, Cappy. All I want for you is for you to be happy. And it looks like the universe has got that plan for you as well. Do take care. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, guys. Sorry, Cappy, I'm just starting to upload your recording to my PC. Listening to the song like I said I would. And I'm getting, for some of you, you could have a past situation, or I don't know, there could be a situation for you where, you know, with that drown your beliefs, I dress like your niece, you know, all this kind of stuff. It's like, it could be for you that you have lost your identity in love before you've given your power away to somebody else. Just don't leave. It feels desperate, right? If that resonates for you, you know, you're good on your own, right? You've got those cards that said like you're good on your own. But I think you're learning to identify, you know, true connections where people see who you are, your true identity, who is Cappy, right? And they support the real you to be the best version of yourself. You shouldn't have to drown your beliefs or change your identity to be with somebody in a loving connection. You know, you just need to be you need to find the people who support who you are. I feel like somebody could have needed to hear that, and I've just seen that, like a moon-shaped pool. That could mean something to you as well. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it there. It's just a little extra message that came through there. So maybe you need to go and do that hermit mode, figure out who you are, you know, and not let other people imprint onto you. Don't be who you want to be, and don't be what others expect of you, I think is what I'm trying to say. All right, Cappy, best of luck. Bye bye.